A complex rant about happiness. I am happy being unhappy, and that probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but it makes sense to me. I'm happy being disciplined. I'm happy doing work. I'm happy being productive. I'm happy doing something that produces an end result. I'm not happy wasting time. That is the biggest thing, is that happiness is such a complex subject to talk about because there's so many different people who have a lot of different opinions about happiness and how to get it and how to feel happy and all that. And I'm sure you have your opinions as well. So like I said before, I'm going to explain this again. I'm happy being unhappy. If that makes any sense to anyone, I'll try my best to explain it in this video. I'm happy doing work and I'm happy doing things that are productive. I'm not happy wasting time. If I do something that wastes my time and isn't productive, that's when I'm unhappy. But for 99% of people, that's when they're happy. So Brandon Carter talks about this, and he talks about your pain and pleasure. He talks about these are your two. Sigmund Freud talks about people do things to get away from pain and towards pleasure. So your pain and pleasure points are your two main focus points you need to rewire your brain. So going to the gym for me is me being happy. For most people, that's like, oh, I gotta go to the gym. I train myself and I train my mind that makes me happy. Eating healthy foods and not worrying about the taste of food makes me happy. For most people, it is, oh, I gotta eat this food, it doesn't taste good, whatever. They would rather eat the good tasting foods. That 99% of people want to taste the good food. I've just trained my body and my mind to only like foods that are good for me. I don't care how it tastes. I care how I'm going to perform. I care what it does for my body. That's how you need to look at food. You don't need to look at food for taste. Everyone looks at food for taste. I don't look at food for taste. I look at what it does for me. What is this food giving me? Is it giving me vitality? Is it giving me energy? Does it do anything for me? Work. I look at work. I've rewired my brain to look at work as fun, as happiness. A lot of people look at work as, oh, I want to go home. Oh, I want to I hear that a lot, that people want to go home. They don't want to work. And it always comes to me every single time. What would you be doing if you were at home? Because a lot of people say this. They say, oh, I don't want to go to work. I want to go home. What would you be doing at home? Watching Netflix, going on social media, going on Pornhub, doing all these stupid, useless tasks that have no relevance to yourself and your future. But this is how a lot of people like to live their lives. And that's why I can't relate to it. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me how you would want to do something that doesn't benefit yourself. Like, I'm only doing things that benefit myself and they benefit other people. This video right here is benefiting you. So it's not like I do this all for myself. I'm doing it for myself and I do it for other people. I study success and happiness and all of this like every single free time that I have because I'm so focused and diligent and determined to have a better life and then share that with you. I talk about monk mode all the time, taking away all pleasure. That's basically what happiness is being disciplined, taking away all pleasure. And Hamza even said it himself in one of his videos. He says, if you take away the quote-unquote fun tasks, you're actually going to have more fun when you take those away. Meaning you're only doing work, only being disciplined. And like I said before, this probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people because their brains and their minds are so wired to like everything that's pleasurable and like everything that's good tasting foods and drugs and alcohol and everything that's pleasurable, that's good. Their minds are wired that way. If you look what you need to do is you need to sit down with a pen and paper or in your notes app in your phone and write down 2 tasks. You need to write down one side pain, one side pleasure. And you need to rewire your brain to do the things that are benefiting you towards productivity and the things that aren't benefiting you towards unhappiness. And that's what I've done. That's exactly what I've done. That's why I'm happy all the time. Because I know what's going to make me happy because I've written it down. And I just explained examples to you. You know, going to the gym is on the, the productive side. Not going to the gym would be on the other side. So you need to make a list of every single thing that you're doing. And pain and pleasure, make a list, pain and pleasure, down the line. And say, these things are going to make me happy. These things are going to make me unhappy. So you're basically, you're changing your mindset. Like I said, a lot of people, they have their mindsets of pain and pleasure are completely interlinked. They're not aligned with what's actually going to make them happy. So they think drinking alcohol is going to make them happy. I've wired my brain to say drinking alcohol is going to make me unhappy. That's how I wired my brain. You need to do the same thing. Write down all of the things that make you unhappy and unhappy. Or write down everything you do on a daily basis, or what's going to be productive, what's going to benefit you towards a better future, and better for yourself right now and for your future. Write down a list. Come up with a list and share it with this video. If you want, you can comment that list in this video. But make that list. It's going to completely rewire your mindset about happiness, because you're going to look at happiness completely different after you make that list. That is a video I have for you today. If you like this video, like the video, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.